Today, we're looking at a tragic and suspense-filled case that shook Minnesota back in 2013. A story of love, betrayal, and a crime so shocking it left police stunned. One winter morning, 30-year-old Kyra Steger vanished without a trace in the dead of winter. No one saw her leave, no clues were found. Then, as the ice began to melt, grim evidence emerged from the frozen silence, revealing a dark truth buried beneath the snow. Was it a horrible accident or cold-blooded murder? "30-year-old Kyra Steger was known to friends and family as a hard-working, dependable young woman. She worked at the Mall of America, one of the largest shopping centers in the world, employed as a store clerk at clothing stores like Wet Seal and later at Delia's. Kyra loved her job and treated her colleagues like family. She was the kind of person who never skipped a shift, who arrived early, stayed late, and encouraged everyone around her. So when, on February 23, 2013, Kyra failed to show up for work, her coworkers immediately knew something was wrong. They tried calling her, texting her, but there was no reply. Their concern grew with each unanswered message. Soon, the police were notified that Kyra was missing. Kyra K. Steger was born on November 19, 1982, in Des Plaines, Illinois. She was the daughter of Marcy and Jay Steger, who described her as lively, warm-hearted, and dedicated to every goal she pursued. She had a natural gift for recognizing strengths in people, qualities they sometimes didn't see in themselves. At the Mall of America, she thrived. She balanced her shifts at multiple stores, built friendships, and often planned for the future. She had dreams, a home, a family, a fulfilling career. But all of those dreams would come to an abrupt and devastating end. Kyra met Jeffrey Trevino about 3 years before her disappearance. Their connection was instant. They began dating, fell in love, and eventually married. Outwardly, they appeared to be a stable couple. Friends and family never saw major conflict between them. If they had disagreements, they kept them private. No one knows outside the door. But behind closed doors, cracks were beginning to form. On Thursday, February 21st, Kyra worked her shift as usual. Her coworkers later recalled that she seemed in good spirits. After work, she had plans, dinner with Jeffrey at a nice restaurant. That evening, the couple met at the Mall of America. They ate together, played a few rounds of bowling, and left the mall without any visible tension. Security cameras confirmed Jeffrey's account. They appeared calm, smiling, and affectionate as they walked to the parking lot. According to Jeffrey, the next morning, Friday, Kyra left the house around 8:30 a.m. for an event at work. He claimed she seemed normal and nothing appeared out of the ordinary. But on Saturday, February 23rd, when Kyra didn't show up for work again, concern turned to alarm. This was unlike her. She was punctual to a fault, strict with her own schedule, and she valued reliability in others. Her coworkers contacted Jeffrey, who told them he didn't know where she was. He explained that sometimes Kyra would disappear for a day or two, staying with friends or relatives without notice. While this was meant to reassure them, the heavy snow and poor weather conditions that day made the situation far more worrisome. That same day, Jeffrey filed a missing person report. As with most missing person cases, investigators began with the spouse. They visited Jeffrey at home to get his statement. He repeated his account, dinner and bowling on Thursday night, home by evening, and Kyra leaving for work the next morning. When asked about their relationship, Jeffrey admitted they'd had some problems recently, but described them as minor arguments common to all couples. Investigators also inquired if Kyra might have been seeing someone else. Jeffrey denied this possibility, saying he trusted her completely. Detectives shared Kyra's description and vehicle details with patrol officers and visited the Mall of America to confirm Jeffrey's story. Security footage backed him up, at least for that evening. Meanwhile, Kyra's family was growing desperate. They traveled to Bloomington to help in the search, printing and distributing flyers, posting them on poles, handing them to pedestrians. Every passing day without news deepened their dread. While reviewing Kyra's phone records, which revealed she had been in contact with another man, Ryan Wendt, a store manager from the same retail chain. They had exchanged frequent messages. Police were able to ascertain that Ryan Wendt was out of state, and while a search for Kyra was ongoing, Ryan was traveling in his car towards Colorado. This man was of major relevance to the investigation because in addition to having a romantic relationship with Kyra,
he also moved out of state at the same time she disappeared. Maybe it was a mere coincidence and nothing more. Or perhaps things were completely different. And his escape hid something behind it. It was the investigators who would have to find the answer to that question. Regardless, the detectives managed to reach Ryan, and he consented to appear for questioning in Colorado, where he was asked many questions. He stated that he last contacted Kyra while he was driving his car across South Dakota and exchanged texts with her. These text messages had been sent shortly before Kyra's disappearance. Upon reviewing the timing of the text messages, detectives determined that Kyra had been in contact with her new lover just as she was dining with her husband. It was abundantly clear from the correspondence that Kyra was increasingly becoming distant from Jeffrey. The investigators examined Ryan's phone to determine his location with respect to the cell towers and reviewed his credit card statements. It appeared he was really out of state that particular evening and had no way of being connected to Kyra's disappearance. He was released and dropped from the list of suspects on that basis. Records showed Kyra's last texts to Ryan were sent after she got home with Jeffrey. Ending at 11:44 p.m., her phone was inactive afterward. Interviewing neighbors, detectives discovered a surveillance camera on a nearby home. The camera swept across the street, briefly capturing Kyra and Jeffrey's house. Reviewing the footage, they saw that shortly after 2 a.m. on Friday morning, Kyra's white Chevrolet pulled into the driveway, but then left again. Jeffrey, later, explained he went to get gas for Kyra's car. Footage confirmed he was indeed at a gas station around 3:30 a.m. But instead of returning home, he appeared to head toward the highway. At 9:21 a.m. that same morning, Kyra's car left the driveway. Again, the footage was too grainy to identify the driver. On Monday, February 25th, mall security reported a suspicious vehicle in a parking garage. It had been there for days. It was Kyra's car. Inside was her purse and, disturbingly, divorce forms. Downloaded from the internet, outside, investigators found the car's trunk mat discarded in the snow. Dark stains on it were later confirmed as Kyra's blood. The mall's security cameras showed that, within minutes of Kyra's car arriving in the lot, a hooded man appeared, walked to a taxi stand, and left in a cab. GPS records revealed the taxi dropped him a block from Kyra and Jeffrey's house. Though the footage was grainy, the man's hoodie bore a distinctive white logo, matching one Jeffrey was later seen wearing on gas station security footage. Armed with a warrant, police searched the couple's home. In the bedroom, they found faint bloodstains on the wall and dozens more on the mattress. Luminol revealed an even more chilling sight: large amounts of blood on the carpet and floor, invisible to the naked eye, all matching Kyra's DNA. Jeffrey's car held no blood, but a gas station receipt from before Kyra's car was abandoned was found. Footage from that station showed Jeffrey in a jacket with a logo matching the hooded man. On this evidence, 13-year-old Jeffrey Trevino was arrested. He remained silent on his lawyer's advice. Without Kyra's body, proving murder was harder, but police and volunteers searched for months. In late March, near Keller Lake, searchers found a bag with a bloody pillow, shirt, and bra, all linked to Kyra. The frozen lake hampered further searches, and even trained dogs found nothing. On May 8th, 2.5 months after her disappearance, a caller reported a body in the Mississippi River. Dental records confirmed it was Kyra. She had severe blunt force trauma to her forehead and a fractured left index finger due to decomposition. The exact cause of death was undetermined. Investigators believed Jeffrey saw her texting Ryan, demanded the phone, and broke her finger when she resisted. Enraged by the romantic messages, he killed her, placed her in her car's trunk, went to a gas station, then disposed of her body in the river. He abandoned her car near the mall to make it appear she had driven away in October 2013. A jury convicted Jeffrey Trevino of unintentional second-degree murder, accepting the defense's claim that it was not premeditated, but rather a crime of passion. Before sentencing, Kyra's family gave emotional statements. Her sister called Jeffrey a calculated criminal who deserved no mercy. Her mother said, "He dumped my daughter like a piece of trash." Her father told the court, "No matter how much time you give him, it's not enough." In November 2013, Jeffrey Trevino was sentenced to 27.5 years in prison, eligible for parole in 2031. Asterisk, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you want to see more thrilling true crime cases with new stories unfolding every other day, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.